Welcome to this week's painting update. As you can see here, this week I mostly painted Orcs. There is some other stuff, however, which I'll get to later. But I want to start with these because I did them at the beginning of the week and they were surprisingly quick to do. I didn't paint these from scratch. These were a rescue paint job from some miniatures I bought pre-painted. So I just went over and redid the cloth and the weapons and the wood and the armour, and I painted their teeth and I gave them a brown wash to bring out the definition and such like, but much quicker than painting them from scratch because I didn't really have to go up to the edges or anything. So I got all 32 of these done in under 3 hours, with another hour or so for basting them later. So I'm very happy with these. This has given me a Saga warband, 4-point Saga warband of Orcs, and as you can see if you're familiar with the older figures, these are all Nick Lund Orcs from his time at Grenadier. I've always liked Nick Lund's work. He's one of those sculptors who again has a triumph of style over accuracy, which is true of a lot of the sculptors I like. So there we go. I managed to get hold of these for less than the unpainted cost of the metal. 4 of them were broken. They needed spears adding, well, weapons adding, but I only had spears, so they ended up with spears. And hopefully they'll see a fair bit of action on the tabletop. Right, so once I'd got the Orcs done, I turned my attention to primarily a set of James Bond figures I got from Crooked Dice. There's a Bond, a Blofeld, a Jaws, and the little guy from Man with the Golden Gun, who I think is called Knick Knack, but I could be wrong. As well as this, there's the Blofeld at the back, who's from Reaper. And to go along with these, I picked some other miniatures that have the same colours or tonal values, so that I'm painting the same thing, which makes it all go quicker. So on the left there's a kind of John Constantine figure, next to him is a Jack the Ripper, on the other side is a Voodoo Hunan, and right at the back is a white version of the Shadow. Now I bought this second copy of the Shadow because I already had one done in the traditional black, which I had the idea I wasn't happy with, but just before I started painting this one, I found the old one and realised there was nothing wrong with it, so I had a decision to make what to do with this new miniature. No point having 2 Shadows, didn't really want to throw him out, so I went in the end for a white version, who can be another nondescript pulp hero, or if I really want to, with my normal Shadow and this guy, I can have a sort of spy versus spy thing going on in the background of a skirmish game somewhere. So these were pretty quick. They took the rest of the week, but that's still what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 miniatures in 4 days. That's pretty good going for me. I only paint for a couple of hours after work in the evening, so again another week that I'm very happy with. And finally for this week, the rescued miniatures. Not many this week. There's a Ral Partha winged unicorn, which is get a slightly better light's not doing him any favours. Anyway, he was just rebased, obviously. There's a D&D see-through plastic fire elemental, which I just did the base for. I'm not sure how I feel about these see-through miniatures. I'm not 100% convinced. I'd probably prefer painted ones, but I had him, and so doing a base was a few seconds work, and he gets to go on the table, I suppose. So another miniature done. And behind him, the two teleporters that I had problems with their little acrylic rings when I first got them, so I ordered some replacements, and the replacements arrived, and so now I've got my 4 teleporters in total for Phantasy Star Offline. That's it for this week. Orcs, James Bond, and some odds and sods. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.